Welcome to Back to the Future Deloreans and Diet. Dr. Emmett Brown was the inventor of time travel, in the movies anyway. So, what would our ancestors look like if we could catch a ride in Doc's DeLorean and time travel back to 1955? If we landed in Des Plaines, Illinois, we could visit Ray Kroc's first McDonald's, or watch the first Mickey Mouse Club. If we are in Stockton, California, we could watch the Mickey Mouse Club on the 100th commercial television station in the USA. Today it seems crazy to imagine that there were only 100 TV stations, but that's the way it was. As we travel around the country, the other thing we would notice is how much slimmer everyone is. So why? What were people doing in the 1950s and 60s to stay slim? Some experts point to labor-saving devices while others talk about changes in the workplace and homes. But the real reason was fasting time and diet. Let's take a closer look at how different the lifestyle of the 50s were when compared to our modern world. Back in the 50s and 60s there were no in-between meal, snacks, people ate on a fixed schedule. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, and that was it. When you got home from school and asked mom for a snack, she would say, "Don't be silly. You'll spoil your appetite for dinner." So, there was no sitting in front of the TV munching candy, cookies, chips or other highly processed foods. The result was that most people fasted about 12 hours each day. They were practicing a fasting lifestyle without even knowing it. With no in-between meal snacks, not eating in the early evenings, and a good night's sleep, they were fasting from 12 hours to 14 hours a day. The diet back then was also very different. Many people raised much of their own food in gardens and orchards. They ate far more whole fresh foods than today and far less processed and sugary foods. So take a trip back to your roots. Eat fewer processed foods and less sugary sweets and add fasting to your lifestyle. Like magic, you're living like your grandparents or great-grandparents. It's kinda like time travel. Today medical problems related to obesity are the leading cause of death, and take more lives than COVID, and all other diseases. Obesity is the #1 health issue in the USA today, making obesity and weight gain the most devastating and most costly disease in the history of humankind. The Center for Disease Control reports that the rate of obesity in the 1950s was less than 13%. By 2018 the number had risen to 42.4%. The CDC also reports that today obesity-related conditions such as heart disease, heart attacks, stroke, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, severe high blood pressure, kidney disease, eye problems, Alzheimer's disease, and certain types of cancer are all the result of obesity and overweight lifestyles.
And now for our regular features. Food for thought. Bouillon or brothbuster. Do you get so hungry by lunch that you can't keep your fast going? Please don't feel bad. We have all been there. One excellent option is to have a cup of hot bouillon or broth with a small handful of tree nuts. These foods will help control your hunger, help you through your fast, and will not trigger significant insulin releases. Troubleshooting. End your meal before your meal is over. Your body can tell you to stop eating when you are full. The problem is we have learned not to listen. The good news is that you can relearn to put your fork down when you're full. Have you ever been eating and suddenly needed to take a deep breath? Your body is trying to tell you that you have had enough, and it's time to put your fork down. It's okay to leave food on your plate. Remember, the food left on your plate is fat, not going to your waist.